Curiosities about guide dogs. Number 13. Disobey when necessary. Guide dogs are highly trained animals that help blind and visually impaired people navigate their environment safely and independently. As intelligent and well-trained as guide dogs are, their handlers may sometimes tell them to disobey a command. For example, if the handler believes that following a command would put the person in danger, the dog can be told to ignore the command and not move. Guide dogs need to be trained to recognize when it is safe to disobey a command, and when it is necessary to wait for further instructions from their handler. Number 12. Identifying obstacles. Guide dogs are specially trained to help people who are visually impaired or blind to safely navigate their surroundings. An important part of being a guide dog is the ability to identify obstacles and avoid them. Guide dogs must recognize and respond to obstacles quickly and accurately. This includes being able to recognize things like curbs, stairs, and other dangers. They must also be able to differentiate between obstacles and items that may seem hazardous but are actually safe to pass. Guide dogs must be able to differentiate between obstacles that can be safely passed and those that must be avoided. To ensure that their skills are always up to par, guide dogs must undergo regular training and assessment. This includes having the dog evaluate and respond to obstacles in a variety of settings. During these activities, the guide dog's handler assists by guiding the dog around the obstacle so that it can learn to identify and avoid it in the future. Number 11. Breeds and personalities. Guide dogs come in a variety of breeds, with Golden and Labrador Retrievers being among the most popular. The breed of a guide dog depends on a variety of factors, including the size of the person they are assisting, the climate they will be working in, and the lifestyle of the person receiving the dog. In addition to breed, guide dogs also have their own personalities, which can affect their capacity to be successful in helping their companion. Some breeds are more outgoing and confident, while others are more patient and reserved. When selecting a guide dog, it is important to find a breed and personality that is best suited to the needs of the individual. Number 10. Allowed where dogs aren't allowed. Guide dogs are allowed to accompany their human companions in many places where other pets are not allowed. A few examples include restaurants, buses, and airplanes. Guide dogs are even allowed to go into places that have traditionally been no-pet zones, such as libraries. This is extremely important for visually impaired individuals, as guide dogs provide them with invaluable assistance and independence in their daily activities. Despite the fact that a guide dog is not a pet, they are allowed to accompany their handler in most places that are off-limits to other animals. Number 9. Guide dogs when off harness. When guide dogs are off harness, they act like any other dog. They may bark, play, and explore their environment, just like any other pet. However, when their harness is on, they switch into work mode and understand that they are expected to be attentive and focused on their handler. Guide dogs are trained to ignore distractions and focus on their handler's commands. When not working, they can be given permission to go explore and act like any other dog. Number 8. Guide school graduation process. Guide school graduation is a process that every guide dog must go through before being ready to work with a new handler. Guide school is an intensive training program in which the dog is taught how to guide a blind or visually impaired person around obstacles. The graduation process typically lasts for several weeks and consists of a variety of activities and tests. The dog must demonstrate proficiency in various tasks, such as responding to voice commands, stopping or turning in response to the handler's commands, and avoiding obstacles with precision. The dog must also pass a series of tests to prove that it is fit and attentive enough to serve as a guide. Upon successful completion of the graduation process, the dog is ready to work as a guide and will receive a special certification. Number 7. Not all dogs graduate. Guide dogs are highly trained and have to pass tests in order to become certified. However, not all dogs graduate the program. Some may not have the aptitude and skills required to be a successful guide dog. Additionally, some dogs may be too nervous or energetic to be a successful guide dog, or may not have the right temperament in certain situations. Health and physical issues can also prevent a dog from graduating the program. Regardless of the reason, not all dogs are able to become certified and become guide dogs. Number 6. Retirement. Guide dogs are usually retired from service around the age of 8 to 10 years old. This is because the demands of being a guide dog are physically and mentally strenuous, and the dogs need a break from the hard work. Upon retirement, the guide dog is often reunited with its original handler or given to a new home as a pet. Retired guide dogs are often taken care of by their former handlers or the organization from whom they were adopted. The retired guide dog may also be given special activities and care to help them adjust to life after working as a guide dog. Number 5. Earliest depictions in history. The earliest known depictions of guide dogs in history are found in 15th century paintings and sculptures in Northern Europe. These works of art depict people using dogs as guides, indicating that this practice has been around for centuries. The earliest known written accounts of guide dogs come from 16th century Germany, when Johann Wilhelm Klein wrote about his experience with a dog that helped him with orientation. Since then, guide dogs have been used by people with vision impairments all around the world. Number 4. First guide dog school. Guide dogs are an incredible example of the bond between animal and human. But where did this practice of using dogs to guide people come from? The first guide dog school was founded in Germany in 1916 by Dr. Gerhard Stalling. Dr. Stalling was a veteran of World War I who noticed that several of his former soldier comrades had been left blind by the war and found it difficult to navigate their environment. He decided to train a German Shepherd to lead these comrades and help them with their daily lives. The school was the first of its kind, and it quickly grew in popularity, with more and more people wanting to use Dr. Stalling's method. The school over the years has evolved and now trains many different breeds of dogs, such as Labradors, Golden Retrievers, and German Shepherds. Number 3. Guide dog names. Many guide dog names are selected to be short, so that the dog can more easily recognize their name when called. 2 syllables are generally preferred, but the name can be up to 4 syllables. Popular guide dog names often end with the letter Y or IE to reflect the sound of the dog's bark. Names often include references to the breed of the dog, such as Max the Golden Retriever, or the canine's personality, such as Zoe the Fearless. Some guide dog owners even choose names that reflect the dog's purpose, such as Miracle, who helps a legally blind person navigate. Guide dog owners may also choose names that reflect the culture or language of their family, such as Tanisha for a Native American guide dog, or Kendrick for an African American guide dog. Number 2. Cost. The cost of getting a guide dog includes more than just the cost of the dog itself. First, a person interested in getting a guide dog must go through an extensive application process that includes a number of interviews and assessments. This process can take up to a year and cost up to $3,500. After the application process is complete, the cost of acquiring the guide dog itself can cost up to $25,000, which includes the cost of breeding, medical care, and training. Once the guide dog is acquired, the cost of caring for the dog can be upwards of $2,000 a year. This cost includes food, veterinary care, grooming supplies, and sometimes boarding costs. Number 1. Limitations. Guide dogs have a number of limitations. For example, they are not allowed to ride on public transportation, enter restaurants and other public places, or go into areas where food is prepared, such as grocery stores or delis. They cannot be taken into certain buildings, such as hospitals, or on certain terrain, such as rocky or uneven ground. They are also not allowed to be left unattended and must be in the direct control of their handler at all times. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this video about curiosities about guide dogs. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you want to learn more about human interest stories and curiosities related to cultures and places around the world. We'll be back soon with another video, so stay tuned.